My name is Wendy. I'm an advisory teacher for visually impaired children. I've known Grace since she was 3, so I've known her for quite a long time now, because she's 11 and just about to transfer into high school. And my job is primarily to make sure that wherever Grace is, she has the support that she needs. And of course a big part of my involvement has been her learning of Braille, because that is the way that she accesses visual information.
2 spaces up, and then I think maybe you should just write any sentence that you like about anything.
Grace is an amazing girl, and she always has been. She has huge talent for language. She's always played with language, and when we very first started learning Braille, we would play with turning words around and upside down and inside out. So teaching her to read Braille has actually been very easy because she's wanted to do it so much.
Don't push it.
If you're non-sighted, then you're desperately looking for a way to learn, and so Grace's world is a tactile world. If, for instance, we did a book about Grace, which we did, she can feel a picture of her head and her arms and her legs, but she also needs to know that if she went round behind herself, she would look different.
That is a custard cream, I think.
Grace was absolutely ahead of her group, with her group, reading-wise. Whatever the teacher expected from her sighted pupils, Grace, and in fact we call it being bilingual, because she actually has to know how to spell the words in the spellings that the sighted children have, and spell hen, H-E-N, but she also has to know that in Braille she can do H-E-N sign. So from a very young age, Grace has been bilingual. She kind of knows that there's a way that you spell words if you're writing them out in full, and there's a way that you can do them in Braille.
When I needed a neighbour, were you there? Were you there? When I needed a neighbour, were you there?
She's also being taught the Braille music code by a blind musician who is fluent in Braille music herself. So Grace, as she progresses through, will actually learn lots of codes. Obviously there's a different code for chemistry with all the signs, equations and that kind of thing. So that's an ongoing thing.
And the colour and the name won't matter, were you there?
Reading gives Grace access to worlds which she needs to understand and be aware of, because vision is a huge way of understanding the world, and I think the books that Grace reads gives her a sense of the world and her place in the world, and that's really important for her.